Spider-Man. Spider-Man into the Spiderverse. Guys. Ooh, it gets delayed. Say it isn't so. Welcome to Mirror Domain's Movie News, your place for entertainment headlines. Guys, if you don't know, we talk about the movie news headlines and entertainment headlines, and we actually do talk about them. If you haven't joined us before in the live chat, I'll always talk with you guys, and afterwards you'll be able to find all of these topics linked in time codes in the description and comment section below. Let's start off right away with talking about this Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse story that just broke. So it's on Hollywood Reporter. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse 2, well, that's like the sequel, right? It's been delayed. So they were going to do number 1 and 2 back to back and have that come out like a few months apart. So we got some shifting around here by Sony. What's all this about? The follow-up to 2018's groundbreaking CGI Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was going to open up this October. But now it's delayed to June to 2023. That's a long time, guys. That's a really long time. I guess it will do better in the summer. It's definitely more of a summer movie than an October movie. But you know what? That means that part 2 is going to get delayed even further. So let's take a look at that. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is moved from October 7th to June 2nd, 2023. Wow. That's a long time. That is a long time. So when is part 2? When does part 2 come out? Because it's going to be in 2 parts, right? It's the first part of a 2-part sequel, and part 2 comes out in 2024. Spider-Verse 2 has landed the release date of March 29th, 2024. Okay, so part 3 is 2023, and part 2 is 2023, and part 2 is 2024. So that's 2 years. Like, that's a long time to push Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse sequels, especially since it's CGI. It's it's something that I don't see why they have to sit on their hands for that. Maybe it's just strategy. Maybe it's other shakeups. Maybe they're having reservations about things like Craven or Madam Web. Who knows, guys? But those are the release dates. So, once again, to reiterate, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse 2, Into the Spider-Verse 2, is now going to be June 2nd, 2023. Across the Spider-Verse. June 2nd, 2023. And then the second part of that movie comes out in March 29, 2024. March 2024 for the third part. Second one comes out in July next year. That's big delay. So let's go on and talk about this Madam Web. What does that mean for the Sony releases? There is an article out there that's also talking about Equalizer 3. We'll talk about that in a moment. But there's an article on Variety that really convolutes their stuff with trying to compact everything into this kind of stuff. But I really wanted to pull out what does that mean for Madame Web and Craven. Now, apparently, thus far, it hasn't really changed Craven, but it has changed Madame Web. So this article over on Variety is not all that great. They try to condense all of the information into like paragraph form, and I hate that kind of stuff. So let's pull it out individually here. Screen Rant has pulled the Madam Web story out first, and then we'll take a look at that Equalizer story with Denzel Washington. So Madam Web gets a July 2023 release. It's going to be like 1 month after Spider-Verse 2 now. So that's a month after. Well, that's CGI. Dakota Johnson is going to be in this Madam Web movie playing that older woman, but I guess they're not going to go with that older woman angle. And of course, we heard that Sydney Sweeney is going to be also in this role, in an undisclosed role, Sydney Sweeney. But people think that she's going to be playing Black Cat, right? Guys, it's Madam Web. This one is one where I'm thinking they need to just. What do you guys think? Madam Web release. Coming out in 2023, just after Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse release there. Like a month after. Is that what that article says? And I want to know, do you really want to see a Madam Web movie now that Morbius was all hyped and looked awesome, looked like it was going to be awesome, and then when you saw it, it was kind of like, and I I think what they need to do is this. Okay, have your spin-offs with the bad guys, but you definitely need to have Spider-Man in some capacity show up in the film or have it tied into Spider-Man, whatever Spider-Man they're going for, because Morbius made it so crazy with how they did that. It's like, is it the Tom Holland Spider-Man? No, it's not. Is that the same Vulture? No, it's not. It's like, what are you guys doing? And it's just like, they need to have, if they're going to have a spin-off and have Madam Web and have only Spider-Man kind of like teased or only mentioned, like, then why would anybody want to watch a Madam Web movie? Because we only want to see Madam Web face Spider-Man. That's her villain. That's right. Why would we want to see her face off against some businessman that did her wrong? That's the bad guy for Madam Web. It's like, no, I don't want to see that. You want to see her face off against Spider-Man like she did in the comics. And this is where I think they really need to reorganize this. Like, who wants to see this? There's Craven, or no, that's Namor, isn't it? There's Craven right there. Spider-Man, Mysterio. That's what we want to see. We want to see him face off, these villains face off against Spider-Man. And Kingpin definitely is something that you should greenlight, especially even before Madam Web. I'm getting a little bit heated here today, guys. I'm getting kind of heated here. And I'll explain why I'm a little bit heated, because some events happened this morning that kind of got me a little bit triggered. Okay, so what do we got here? Craven is still slated for January 13th, 2023. And if they're going to be, I think that's starting production soon. That's going to get pushed, I think. We know that Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 2 got pushed now to June 2023, and Madam Web is April. Okay, so they messed that up. That's 2023. No, this is Screen Rant. Screen Rant, you messed that up, man. Sony Pictures says July 2023, so it's going to be at the end of the month. Spider-Verse comes out at the beginning of July 2023, and Madame Web comes out 2023. Hourglass Vikings in the live chat says, I'm kind of done with spiders and web connections, but I see a good trailer. I'm on it. Yeah, a good trailer does a lot of good there. What do you guys think about that, Madame Web? Do you think they should even bother with that now? Spider-Man's going to Into the Spider-Verse 2 is going to be like a month before that. It'll take some of its wind out of its sails. Michael Kelly in the live chat says, hey. Yeah. So Sony's got some things up in the air here, but something that did break that kind of caught my attention was Equalizer 3. Equalizer 3 with Denzel Washington. And I really liked the first Equalizer movie. The second one was kind of like, okay. It was okay. It was passable. But I hope they go back to the form of the first one where he's a little bit more action-orientated. I really like that one. So Equalizer 3 release date set for September 2023. So it's going to come out next year in wide release. Good. And I hope they bring back, it would be nice if they got Chloe Grace Moretz back, but they kind of closed off that storyline, and it's supposed to be he helps different people at different times, but it's a movie franchise, right? You're trying to build like an arc, a narrative. Michael Kelly in the live chat says, I got triggered when Chanel left last night on Survivor. Jonathan, you're next. Oh, you liked Chanel on Survivor. Oh, if you guys didn't know, we do a Survivor watch-along on the show. I'm getting sidetracked here, but we do Survivor watch-alongs on this channel, so you'll be able to find that if Survivor's your interest. But the Equalizer 3, guys, that's pretty much the story there. That is going to be coming out in 2023. They do not have a confirmed month just yet, and it's sourced by Sony, so unless I missed it, I'm pretty sure that it isn't listed yet. August, okay, yeah, unless I missed it. September 1st, okay, there we go. So it did say September 1st, 2023, Equalizer 3 with Denzel. And I'll be looking forward to that, and hopefully they can close that out. You know what would be cool, though, is that they tied in Queen Latifah's Equalizer with him, and they kind of like had to do a team-up. Like she does the TV show Equalizer. If they somehow combine those universes, hey, I'd be all on board for that. That would be awesome. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Equalizer 3. Yeah, Equalizer, our Glass Vikings in the live chat says, yeah, Equalizer series is a great watch. Glad Denzel went against his no sequel rule. Yeah, indeed. Okay. All right. Let me give you a little bit of a tale of woe before we go into this Lightyear trailer. So I just mentioned that I was a little bit heated there. It's because on my other channel, Mirror Domains India, my trailer reaction for Dakat with Kangana Renault was blocked. In fact, it was striked. The channel got a strike for doing my teaser reaction for that. And I got to tell you this, I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about getting a copyright strike because Mirror Domains India is part of this network and it's tied to the same account. Like, so it's kind of like I was a little bit worried there that I wouldn't be able to do live streams on this channel, but it's okay that they separated it. But Mirror Domains India now has a strike on it because apparently that company that put out that trailer for this Soham Rockstar group. Somebody who works at Soham saw the trailer reaction and said, we're going to claim this and we're going to strike this. We're going to take it down from the internet. But then I go on the internet today and I see other trailer reactions are still up there. And you know how I do trailer reactions. I did a trailer reactions for that Lightyear trailer that we're going to talk about next. And no problems with that. That's going to be up on the channel later today too. But the Dakat trailer, I'm dumbfounded because that's free. That's free press. That's free marketing, you guys. So I don't understand what was wrong with that. And I wasn't saying anything derogatory in it. I was reacting happily to it because I was excited for it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Michael Kelly says, Dakat, I'm not going to watch it now. Well, no, it's still Kangana, and I want to support her, but I just don't understand it. It's like I get the impression that somebody who works at that company doesn't know how the YouTube system works, and I think maybe they were trying to claim it and not strike it. Like, you know, when you put up a trailer reaction, it gets claimed by the company, and that's fair game. That's how the ball game is played. You put up a trailer reaction, the company who owns it, Universal, Warner Bros, whoever, and that other company from India will claim it so that you don't get ad revenue from it. They do. And I get the impression that somebody there didn't know exactly what they were doing, but they strike the channel, and striking is a very serious offense on YouTube. Our Glass Vikings in the live chat says, that sucks, man. I think they let it fly. And you think they would. Michael Kelly says, copyright rules only help rich people. What's the difference between iPhone, Android, and BlackBerry? Well, it is what it is. It happened. That was like the first message I looked at on my phone, right? Because I get my notifications from YouTube, and I wake up in the morning, I look at the notifications, and I'm like, what, strike? For what? Did they finally nail me for a little bit too much use of footage in that Survivor watch along or whatever movie watch along? No, those are all fine. And those, because I'm playing ball with those, and I know how to play ball with reacting to trailer reactions. So I was just upset. I was dismayed by that. Yeah, it's just not a really good way to start off the day. But let's get into this Lightyear final trailer. And I did do a trailer reaction that will be up on the channel later today, guys. And we're just going to walk through some of the screenshots for this Lightyear final trailer. Chris Evans is coming out, what do they got listed here? June 7th, USA. And Chris Evans plays the voice of Lightyear here. And I really found that this trailer was charming. And it did get me to laugh a couple times, actually. It got me to laugh more towards the end. There was a part where I went, ha! So the trailer looks beautiful. Like, the animation looks great. And Chris Evans, he's got that sort of Captain America vibe going on with his voice, that kind of tone, but it suits the character. And it looks like they're partners, and they have that saying, to infinity. And then she said, She says to infinity, and he says and beyond, and they touch fingers together. And you can tell like that's going to be the heart of the story. The cat that shows up in this is going to steal the show. That's going to steal the show. But I like the fact that they're saying that her and him are going to have this relationship, because he goes on this mission, and this mission looks like it makes him go through a time portal of some kind, and like 65 years have passed, and he goes on this planet that's very Star Wars Empire Strikes Back, very Dagobah-ish, but that's okay, you know, giving your nod to familiar things and familiar storylines. There's absolutely no problem with that. And I like the sentiment in there. It looks like he's being rescued by his partner, but this is the granddaughter. And then you get that revelation that it's 65 years later. And I'm actually kind of, this got me excited. This got me thinking that, you know what, out of all the kids' movies that do come out, and I know that people don't like it when you classify animated movies in with that kids moniker. But I mean, come on, this is designed for kids. It's like, that's the core audience. It's family friendly stuff, but it looks like they do have some high adventure in here, some high action, and with him shooting like these aliens and stuff. And it's a story of discovery, knowing that his partner is now long past, and we see him paying tribute there. You can feel like that's going to be the heart of it, right? He wants to maybe try to get back to her, but realizes that he can't anymore. And they've immortalized her in a statue there that he's paying tribute to. And I like the fact that they showed a little bit of heart in there. This cat, once again, I think the cat we saw in the first teaser that it's gonna steal the show. And then he goes to say that line, to infinity and beyond, with the granddaughter there. And the part that made me laugh at the end of this trailer was they're like, are you gonna make me pull your finger? And he's like, no, that's not what that's about. Your grandmother and I used to do something. And then this guy over here is kind of like, ooh, gross.
It's a thing your grandma and I used to do.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh wait, no, that sounds bad. Yeah, that got me laughing. And the final trailer there, watch his face there. He's like, yeah, that's not what I meant. That got me laughing. And the Lightyear final trailer, guys, my reaction will be up on the channel later on today, after I get a chance to process it. And I liked it. I liked it a lot. So if you have any thoughts on it, let me know in the comments below, and we will talk about it. And yeah, okay, I'm gonna have to do something here that slightly annoyed me there. I didn't have that crop properly, but oh well, whatever. What do you guys think about that Lightyear trailer? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, so let's move on to this Lady Thor poster that dropped yesterday. And once I saw this one, like, we know that we saw the one with Thor, and was Thor standing on top of that little mountain there, and holding up the weapon there, the hammer and Mjolnir, and now it's her standing there. I felt like that one's really cool, and I like how this is like a throwback to, those classic '80s rock album covers and such, where you've got this weird, funky things. You see, like, there's a planet in the background with the rings and such. This poster is really cool. This is the kind of poster that you could put up on your wall, because it's colorful and it shows something cool in it. Natalie Portman just looks like she's gonna knock this out of the park. She's gonna knock this out of the park. And I pulled up a picture of her. Like, she's looked like she's really got put on the muscle here. There's an article up on MovieWeb that's saying that we seen her in the trailer there, and you look at her arms, like she's been working out. And I pulled up some paparazzi shots of her there working out, and you look at her arms there. Look at her arms. Like, I mean, my God, she makes us feel like, oh, wow. So it is real. Natalie Portman has been working out, and she earns this. She earns this. Like, I am so excited for this now because she's going to be my favorite part. But it looks like, if you don't know the comic storylines, I guess there was a storyline in there where she gets cancer, and then she becomes the god to try to help fight that, to thwart that in some capacity. And just a synopsis here that was pulled from the comic book run. Suffering from cancer, astrophysicist and Thor's ex-girlfriend, Jane Foster, visited New Asgard, and her life was changed forever. Mysteriously, the broken pieces of Mjolnir, the hammer of the thunder god, transformed her into the mighty Thor and gifted her the superpowers of Thor. So she's going to go to New Asgard in this movie probably, and this will happen. I totally see this happening. And she'll get the electrical powers and such. And we saw in the trailer, and we see that the hammer gets put back together. She'll be holding that one, and they're going to fight Gore the God Butcher. They're going to face off against Christian Bale, and that's great. That's cool. And Natalie Portman looks jacked. Guys, that new poster, Thor, that looks awesome. What do you guys think about that stuff? Let me know in the comments below. That was really cool stuff. Our Vikings in the live chat says most animated movies nowadays are layered for multiple audience so that the adults get entertained too and don't fall asleep. Yeah, I know that. I mean, I have watched those types of movies with younger children, like with who are my nieces and nephews and such. Pixar set the tone for me in the get-go. From the get-go, others will follow the lead. Yeah, they try to do that. Michael Kelly in the live chat says, the real Thor is Alex Skarsgård in the Northman. And we're seeing the Northman later today, guys, so watch for my immediate out-of-the-theater reaction. The real Thor is Alex Skarsgård, the Northman. MCU Thor is too woke. You find him too woke? I mean, come on. He hit the sauce pretty hard there after his defeat in Infinity War. I don't know how that's too woke. Put on a little too much, just like some of us do. Yeah. And of course, we know that Jonathan is the Thor of the Survivor world, right, Michael? Okay. Let's go on and talk about this Fast 10 developments. Because yesterday they did release Vin Diesel took to his social media to release the announcement of Fast 10, and he said that there was that logo, and it's really nothing much. I could have just posted this up. There's like a car light there with the X cut out for the 10 symbol, and that was cool. I mean, I think it looks great. Did I pull that up in better? Let's blow that up a little bit. This is straight from his Instagram, and cool. Everybody seems to like it. I like it, and I'm hoping that it's the car light there is like going to be something that indicates that they're going to go back to it being more about cars, and instead of them taking on a secret mission to protect the Earth from some tech mogul that has some evil aspirations. Okay, so Fast 10 is currently slated for May 19th, 2023. So they got to start filming that pretty soon here. And we do have some other developments. Like, we knew that Brie Larson joined the cast. We knew that Jason Momoa was going to be the bad guy for Fast 10. So the cast is shaping up. But there were some other developments too. Apparently, Vin Diesel rejected a script of Fast 10 where Jordana Brewster, the wife of Paul Walker's character, was excluded. They just kind of wrote her off of the franchise. And the thought process was kind of like, well, if he's not going to be there because he's passed on, may he rest in peace. Paul Walker, his passing is one of the few Hollywood deaths where I'm like, that really gets me angry, because it's a tragedy, right? It could have been prevented maybe if he didn't get into a racing car. But let's not get into that. And then I guess because he's not going to be in it, they wrote off the wife character. But Vin Diesel stepped up and said, no, we're not doing that. We're going to keep her in. And he went to his social media too. So you would have seen this post too, where he said, no, we're going to keep it so that he, in a rather long, verbose post, where he says, no, we're going to keep her in. So we know that she's going to be in Fast 10. And, say what you will about Vin Diesel and his work ethic, like not showing up to call times on time and stuff like that, thinking that he's like the best actor out there. Forget about all that stuff. At least he still goes to bat for the rest of his cast. I kind of lost a little bit of respect for him because of the way that he handled the whole Rock issue, but it looks like he cares about his projects, right, guys? He cares about the Fast and the Furious franchise. He cares about those movies that he gets involved with, because he is producing it too. But when he goes to bat for other actors like that and shows that like he's got a passion for it, that's fine. That really starts to win back that favor for me. Vin Diesel responds to a fan that wants the last installment to go back to the classic basics of the first film. And we heard reports earlier too that the producers wanted to go back to that street racing level, dial the scope of it back. They don't need to be traveling the world and all of that kind of stuff, going up into space. They played with that and they toyed with that, and so once again, it's blocked there. Some guy on Twitter said, "Can you please?" He wrote another response saying, "Can you please take it back to that original flavor?" And Vin Diesel just replied, "Day one," and then like a praying symbol, and that's pretty much all that is. But we got inklings that maybe they're going to dial it back. There were other reports that Helen Mirren is interested in coming back to this, so they're going to get the cast back for sure. I just hope they just dial back on some of those over-the-top stunts that the stunts that are supposed to make you go, whoa, that's cool. Instead of the stunts that make you go, seriously? Okay. Well, guys, those are the Fast 10 developments. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Are you looking forward to it? It's going to come out next year, so hopefully they take some of those other things into consideration, and I'll be definitely looking forward to it, as it's going to finish up with Fast 11. I hope it goes out strong. That's what I want for the Fast and Furious franchise. Okay, let's move on to Knock at the Cabin. What's this all about? Apparently it started filming. So Knock at the Cabin is a M. Night Shyamalan film, and so Knock at the Cabin. What's all this about? It's going to have Rupert Grint in it from Harry Potter. It's going to have Jacob Tremblay. And that's the guy who played Koba, right? We'll take a look at the IMDb here in a moment and take a look at the full cast and the synopsis. M. Night took to his Twitter page to say, "First day, first shot, 15th feature, Knock at the Cabin." And there we go. There's M. Night himself, still following some protocols. It's going to have Dave Bautista. Cool. Rupert Grint. Okay. All right, so let's go take a look at the IMDb and the synopsis. Hopefully we'll be there too. Okay, Knock at the Cabin. Plot details kept under wraps. Okay, we'll go back to that page and look at the synopsis. Jonathan Groff, Dave Bautista, Rupert Grint, Nikki Akuma Bird, Abby Quinn, Ben Aldridge, and William Ragsdale, Eric's father. Okay, but you're saying plot under wraps. Well, we can do better than that, guys. We can do better than that. Copies of Tremblay's novel can be purchased with this link. Here's the description. The source even compared the story to Paul Tremblay's novel, The Cabin at the End of the World. This could be the adaptation of the Tremblay novel, like Old was an adaptation of Sandcastle. Okay, so if it's an adaptation, so they gives us a little bit of a synopsis of the book there, but I don't know how that's... so 7-year-old Wen and her parents, Eric and Andrew, are vacationing at a remote cabin on a quiet New Hampshire lake. Their closest neighbors are more than 2 miles in either direction along a rutted dirt road. One afternoon, as Wen catches grasshoppers in the front yard, a stranger unexpectedly appears in the driveway. Leonard is the largest man Wen has ever seen, but he is young, friendly, and he wins her over instantly. Okay, so what, does she go missing? Soon there are more strangers that arrive on the cabin, and I guess the cabin gets overwhelmed by visitors at some point, and of course it turns probably into one of those. Toby Kebbell, there you go. Michael Kelly says Toby Kebbell. But that's for servant season. That's servant season. What the heck is that? So Toby Kebbell, and he wasn't listed on the IMDb Knock at the Cabin, but it's underway. But Rupert Grint is in it, and it's got Dave Bautista. No more Toby Kebbell movies, says Michael Kelly. Well, why not, man? He was okay as Koba in the Apes movies. Artglass Vikings in the live chat says Vin Diesel makes sense. Brian O'Connor is still alive in the franchise, so why not his wife? Yeah, they're more like a stage company anyway. So one in, all in. So one in, all in. Yeah. Yeah, and that's pretty much the way that cast feels. Like they try to go for that family vibe all the time anyway, right? So yeah, and in the mythos, he's still alive. I just don't know how they're going to finish that off. We'll have to see. Okay, so we saw Knock at the Cabin, and let's go in and talk about some nonsense here about a director being fired. Being mortal director. Toby Kebbell, Michael Kelly says in the live chat, Toby Kebbell is a great actor. I'm a huge fan, but he picks the worst movies. Yeah, well, you didn't like Kong Skull Island? He was in that, but like a very small part. And he's got great potential. He's got really great potential. He was the bad guy in Fantastic Four. Yeah, that wasn't very good. All right, let's talk about this being mortal director. He was fired from Searchlight. Searchlight Pictures suspends production on Aziz Ansari directorial feature debut because he got dismissed. There were some claims, some allegations, and he was fired. And that's what should happen, right? Well, not should. If you get accused of something, and well, it looks like there's some investigation. Okay, so they did have an investigation after a complaint. And they said they're going to suspend this director and on his debut, and that's not a good way to come out of the gate, man. I understand when you're the director of a project of any kind, you have to crack the whip. You've got to be that guy that's yelling people to quickly go over there, get up that ladder, do this, do that. Hey guys, we're under a crunch here. We need to get this done by this certain time. Otherwise, we don't get paid, kind of thing. You got to drive that machine, right? And at certain times, you have to undress some people by yelling at them to do something. Doesn't mean that you should be calling them or names or anything like that, or using your influence to do anything nefarious. And apparently this Aziz Ansari, whatever he did, perhaps, well, yeah, it was too much. And Searchlight said that they're going to dismiss him. This Being Mortal production also, he was going to star in it too, and it was going to be with Bill Murray and Seth Rogen. So a corrective course was a transgression was made of some kind, and they released a synopsis here, and corrective action was taken. So the studio saw that, okay, guys, we got a little bit of a bad situation here. What's the best way to deal with this? We're going to have to release this guy and release the production here. We're going to have to reformulate, come back to it with a new director and a new person to take his spot in the cast. And that's very responsible of Searchlight, wouldn't you say? To be on top of the situation. Instead of what WB has said about Ezra Miller, apparently WB has come out and said that, well, they're not too concerned with Ezra Miller getting arrested 2 times, with Ezra Miller almost killing somebody by throwing a chair at them. No big deal, apparently, to Warner Bros. What the heck are you guys thinking over there at Warner Bros? You have to do something about this. Hey, if this one director over at Searchlight got dismissed for not... He didn't even get arrested. I mean, come on, Warner Bros. Warner Bros. Come on, what are you doing? You have to come out in the next couple weeks, if not sooner rather than later. Sooner rather than later, you've got to come out and address what you're going to do with Ezra Miller. Because if you try to sweep this all under the rug and say, well, that happened, but he's still our Flash, he's still going to be leading this franchise, they got to deal with the situation. And they can't, because if you keep your mouth quiet on this and say that you're not concerned, you're not going to say anything, then you're condoning it. You're saying that whatever he's done it's okay, that it's fine. And meanwhile, Johnny Depp gets accused of all of this stuff and his career gets dragged through the mud for accusations that have not yet been proven. But Ezra has been arrested 2 times and WB seems not concerned. That's again, it's a thing that I got to take it easy here, man. It elevates my blood pressure. It gets me a little bit heated, and because you would think that they would care about this property, but it sounds like they're going to be using the angle here of put that aside. Hopefully, most people won't hear about it. Most people won't be talking about it. And no, we can't let that stand. Ezra needs help. He needs to get help, and he needs to be taken off of the limelight. The Flash, however, nothing has changed on that front. The DC picture is still currently in post-production for a June 23 release date. But okay, we understand that artists, if you're an actor, if you're a musician, you deal with certain things, like the popularity gets to you. Some people have to deal with it by taking certain substances. Some people, their minds and their brains get all twisted, like Lindsay Lohan, and they do weird, crazy things like Britney did. You get these restraints put on them, and eventually they can come back. But right now, Ezra Miller doesn't look like he's wanting to make a comeback. He's still riding that train down. He's on that crazy train to find like rock bottom, and it looks like that rock bottom won't be him getting arrested, won't be him being slapped on the wrist by any kind of studio. Rock bottom may be like him expiring or something like that, and it doesn't sound like there's that support structure around him to help him out. And the fact that WB doesn't seem concerned about that just really bums me out. It just, they have to address it in some capacity, and they have to do it sooner rather than later, because we see around that other people are getting accused of these things. There's consequences for other directors, other people, other actors, but why not Ezra Miller? And WB needs to do something about that. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Our Glass Vikings in the live chat says WB seems to be protecting their cash cow and paying off the plaintiffs. And that's not the way to do it either. That's the terrible way. That's gangster-esque. Like, that's gangster. Let's pay them off to be quiet. No, WB, that's, no. Gangsterism, right? Our Glass also says in the live chat, Aziz Ansari was good in Parks and Rec. Pity his actions have jeopardized his career. So Aziz Ansari was on Parks and Rec. He was the director of Being Mortal. And yeah, your first project out of the gate, and that happens. You can't really recover from that. It's hard. It's a tough road ahead for him. So we'll have to see how that goes. One little quick story here for Anya Taylor-Joy. Anya Taylor-Joy, Furiosa, well, she's been asked so many times about this because Anya Taylor-Joy is going to be in The Northman that I'll be seeing tonight, guys. And she was asked if she's going to shave her head for this prequel to Mad Max Fury Road because she plays the younger version of Furiosa, and we know that Charlize shaved her head, obviously, for Furiosa. But apparently, she wants to. She wants to shave her head, but George Miller, the director and writer of the series, says she doesn't want her to. He doesn't want her to. And who could shave off that beautiful hair? But you know what? Charlize had beautiful hair too. I'm guessing that the shaved head part is just something that she took at that stage in her life because she did have hair before. And okay, we're just going to learn about her becoming the badass that she is, Furiosa. I'm looking forward to that, and I'm looking forward to Anya Taylor-Joy tonight in The Northman. And that's pretty much the way that the news has been for today, guys. We can go a little bit longer because we're not going to do a watch along this afternoon because there's the ball game that starts here at 1 o'clock. I'll be watching baseball, and then I'll be hopefully going for my walk, but it's been raining outside, so I don't know about that. But later tonight, don't worry, we'll be doing my live theater out of the theater reaction for The Northman, and then later today, my trailer reaction for Buzz Lightyear will be up on the channel for you guys to take a look at. Let's just take one quick gander at the Twitter universe out there, and I wanted to talk. Oh yeah, yesterday a trailer for Gerard Butler's new movie, Baseball Live Watch Party. That one I can't do. If I did a baseball watch party, you wouldn't be able to hear any of the sound, and I definitely wouldn't be able to show you any of the pictures. Because MLB and all the sports actually are very... we talked about the Studio Decade. They're much more stringent about who shows their stuff. And apparently, you're not even supposed to be talking about it. You're not supposed to be making like podcasts talking about your favorite sports teams because you're disseminating the information. Like that's how protective the sports are here in North America about that stuff. Okay, so what do we got here? Javier Bardem and Constance Wu on the set of Lyle Crocodile. Shawn Mendes voices the titular crocodile. That's Javier Bardem? Wow. Almost didn't recognize him with the tash. Okay, so I don't even know what that's about. Guess it's about some crocodile that talks. Lyle Crocodile. A new trailer for Netflix's Clark, starring Bill Skarsgård. Okay, I can't play that. Hulu's Victoria's Secret's Angels and Demons premieres. Idris Elba will lead Apple TV series Hijack. Man. Okay, yeah. Okay, what was I talking about? Gerard Butler there. There's Barry. Apparently he was arrested recently for being drunk up on a balcony of some kind, yelling obscenities or something. And he played ball. The police came and got him, and he didn't put up too much of a fuss. But he wasn't hurting anybody, right? He's definitely one of my favorite actors. Up and coming. A new poster for Lightyear. Okay. Cool. And of course there's that new trailer. We'll talk about that later. Henry Golding in Persuasion. Northman. What's this? The horror movies that were popular in the 80s were just too scary for me. I watched a little bit of Friday the 13th and I just about effing died. Robert Eggers was too scared about Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th first movie wasn't all that scary. It was like that grindhouse grain to it. And it was actually, if you watch it now, it's very low budget. But I like that about that movie. And it had Kevin Bacon in it. Ooh, Elizabeth Olsen. Can't go wrong with that. At Multiverse of Madness premiere. Can't go wrong with Elizabeth Olsen. Where's that premiere? Photo call. Doesn't say. Andrew Garfield, Daisy Jones, Edgar Jones premiere at Under the Banner of Heaven. Rachel Ziegler. Sounds like there's a fire truck behind coming to this. No, it can't be to this building. Huh. Okay, guys, I think. Oh, Florence Pugh. Amazing. All right. Oh, there's that story of the director getting canned. I've never seen Friday the 13th. I know, right? Our Glass Viking says. Well, maybe we can do a watch along for Friday the 13th tomorrow. I'm gonna have. It's up in the air. We'll do a watch along tomorrow as well. It's Friday, and we'll do a watch along for sure. I just haven't figured out what it's going to be. I want to figure out a way that we can do like a poll of some kind, where you guys will be able to vote on what we do next. Because eventually, that's what I want to do. You guys will be the ones that will be saying, "Let's watch this movie. Let's do this," and that's what I want to do, and build up like a community of people that are like wanting to know and tap into my knowledge of the movie universe, because I liked watching the Batman with you guys. And you saw that when we watched the Batman watch along, I was using my knowledge of the production, what happened on the sets, like knowing that stuntman fell in the cemetery scene, like that stuff. Like that's fun. That's sharing those stories and me sharing my knowledge of how the movies all came together and stuff. That's what's fun with the watch-alongs. More so than, well, sometimes you never know with the first time watching, like when we watched The Bubble together, because you never know if it's going to be good or not, right? Okay. Sydney Sweeney. Ooh, there she is. She's going to be possibly playing Black Cat in that Madam Web movie. But if we go back and watch some of the older movies, like Friday the 13th, then definitely we would be able to... you see how much I know about movies. Burn Book. They're not going to show Gretchen? We just talked about Lindsay Lohan. Amanda Seyfried. And Rachel McAdams. The Survivor featuring Ben Foster out tomorrow on HBO Max. The Survivor. Is that boxing movie? If Crave is going to have that, then we may take a look at it. Yeah, new films are a crapshoot. Yeah, because I can't guarantee you the entertainment value. But as you saw when The Bubble was out, about halfway through it, I started to roast it, right? I started to make fun of it. That's the only thing you can do. Why is Obi-Wan Kenobi trending here? Let's take a look at that. Is there a new poster out or something? Rumor, new footage from Obi-Wan is reportedly expected to be released within the next couple of weeks. Okay, so that's it. And that comes out in a month now, guys. May 25th, so just a month and a few days. Equalizer 3, yeah, we knew that. Spider-Man into Spiderverse, we knew that. Madame Web, Dakota Johnson, yeah, we knew that. Okay, so we're all caught up for this week, including our Moon Knight episode 4 reaction. Oh, and then there was this trailer from Machine Gun Kelly, Good Morning, that's going to also have Megan Fox. Looks like it had some charm to it if you've seen that Good Morning trailer. They're like stoners and stuff, and they're looks like they're trying to get their lives together in some capacity. And Machine Gun Kelly, I think, directed this. I did a trailer reaction for that Gerard Butler movie that came out the other day too. And that got blocked. It got blocked in some countries. And I was just like, okay, I'll scrap that footage. Let me go to YouTube and see if I can find that for you guys. I'll show you this Gerard Butler movie that I did a trailer reaction for it, and I liked the look of it. It had shades of Taken. Yeah, Last Seen Alive. Gerard Butler, and you guys might not be able to see it. Oh shoot, you guys might not be able to see it. I'm gonna take that out while we. But it had like a very Taken-esque vibe to it. Him and his wife are having problems, marital problems, like communication problems, and they go to a gas station, and she goes inside, and then she goes missing. But it looks like Gerard Butler. He's giving a performance in this, like a strong performance. Like he's really worn down by this whole situation that his wife has gone missing, and then he wants some kind of redemption, and it's got that Taken-esque vibe to it where he's just off the handle. And I like Gerard Butler, so I like that trailer, and it's a bummer that it got blocked in certain countries. I still may post it. I just, with getting a strike earlier today, it bummed me out. So if you go check out that trailer for Last Seen Alive with Gerard Butler, it looks like it's going to be an interesting watch. It's got that lady, Jamie Alexander, who plays Lady Sif in the Thor movies. That's the wife character. I like that a lot. That's pretty much the way that it's been today, guys. 12:54. It's been a long show. Yeah, we'll talk about what we'll watch tomorrow. And so later today, Lightyear trailer's up, and my straight out of the theater reaction for The Northman. Can't wait for that. All right, guys. Thank you. I'll see you guys tomorrow for more movie and entertainment news headlines.